right, Panther Nation, welcome to Gram 4, where your Rochester Jam Century Panthers are taking on the Apple Valley Burnsville. I think they're the Firebirds now, as they co-op here for a couple years. Our inaugural broadcast here, Scrimmagefest is starting. Scrimmagefest 25-26. Coming to you live from Gram 4. Got some exciting new things coming here with the stream this year. Your hostess with the mostest, Rob Weaver here. Lots of new faces and bodies. Social media this year. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and all the live game day action here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow, get notified when all our games are starting. We'll try to broadcast here on the stream as much as we possibly can throughout the year. There are some associations that will not let us broadcast as they have their own network and streams. So all home games will be broadcast. We'll see what we can do here for away games. Towns like Owatonna won't let us stream, but we'll do our best. All right, lots of new faces here. This tryouts just wrapped up earlier this week. Do our best to stay on top of names and faces. Enjoy the broadcast, sit back, relax. Feel free to drop a message here on the YouTube channel into the comments where you're watching from, near or far, and if you're in town, get your butt down to the rink. Face off here momentarily. In net is Bohan. Up front we've got Solak. Running clock here today. Two halves. Run time. So we'll just let our clock run. And we got an offsides. On defense is Palazzari with Jocelyn, I believe. Puck must have hit somebody on the bench, so we have a face-off inside the Apple Valley Burnsville zone. Face off one by Albert Valley. They chip that up. Now coming back on Palazzari. Now they come down 2-on-1. That pass goes past a sliding forward from Apple Valley. Near side corner, comes up to the point. Shot. That gets deflected and blocked. Shot from the point. Save. Rebound. Albert Valley gets on the board first. Off. Vance Hansen in the far corner. He chips it up to Weidrich. That's behind him. Vance Hansen picking it up, coming up. He gets it to Weidrich along the boards. Gets across, coming down the middle. Shot! Save. Boston Collins breaking in with Weidrich and Ethan and Gavin Weidrich on his wings. Panthers' first scoring opportunity. Ethan Weidrich stepping in for that draw. That gets one back. He goes in the corner, applies the body. Coming out front, Boston, shot, goal! Ethan Weidrich digging that puck out, getting it to Collins behind the net. Collins walks out, puts that top shelf. Face off back here at center ice. Rings around the far side. Shot behind the net. Rochester working that up the middle. Now to the near side. I think that was Tim Payne who takes a body. Now coming down on a break. Joey Graham in the corner, I believe, trying to get my names and numbers correct here. Puck comes to the near side. Apple Valley come down a 2-on-1. Bohan steers that to the corner. Now a pass out to the point. Shot. That goes wide. Now behind the net. Truella chipping that around. Rochester applying body pressure behind the net, trying to get to the front. Bohan's there on the side of the net. Centering pass gets blocked. Comes out to the near side point. Now to the middle. Shot goes high. Turnover here on the near side boards. Tim Payne can't get that out. Now on the far side. Shot, that's deflected to the near side corner. Apple Valley getting out to the point now. Shot. Bohan's able to glove that for a whistle. I'll have to test out this mic. For some reason I'm getting a lot of feedback. Hopefully the stream is not quite as noisy. Got a little bit different equipment here than I do with the Bantam group that I have, or that I do streams for. Rochester now getting that puck deep. Now to the near side shot. That hits the blocker. Centering pass. Drake Waters with that shot that the goaltender is able to handle. Puck comes out to the high slot, and they chip it out of the zone. Rochester working that over to Palazzari on the far side. All the way down for an icing. Again, we have run time here, so 2 halves is what we'll play all weekend. 2 halves of 25 minutes or so. Rochester trying to get that up quickly. And that misses a Panther stick, so that goes all the way down. Rochester on the face-off. Trying to chip it up the near side boards. Player getting a stick in the chops here. Play continues. Rochester trying to bang that out. Puck on the near side, Albert, I want to keep calling him Albert Lee. Apple Valley applying the pressure. 4 Rochester players there trying to dig it out. Finally we do. Does get in the Apple Valley zone as they skate it back out now to the far side. Vance Hansen applying the pressure. Rochester chipping that up quickly. Down to the near side. Taken away, shot. High up over the far side of the net. Puck getting pinned along the far side boards. They elect to just throw it all the way down. No icing. Apple Valley changing as Rochester comes behind the net. Up the near side. That gets deflected deep into the zone. Valley coming up, that gets turned over. Gavin Wiedrich now with the puck up the far side, up to his brother Ethan. Ethan's not able to maintain the zone. Rochester chipping it to the near side. Boston Collins coming down now. And he comes around the net. Cycling, he spins. Looking for a little help. Apple Valley chipping it up the boards and out now. Apple Valley coming down, and we have an offsides. Face off outside the Rochester zone. Rochester wins that. Truella. Oh, that should be a trip. No call. Refs are putting the whistles away. Apple Valley turns it up quickly. Rochester getting it to Ethan Wiedrich on the far side. 1-on-4 as he tries to battle his way through 4 players. Apple Valley turnover. Gavin Wiedrich on the near side. He gets bodied in the near side corner. Up the wall. Rochester going D to D, and now deep where Gavin Weidrich is. On the near side, his brother, Ethan Weidrich's there. Boston can't grab that puck as Apple Valley comes back down. They get across the red and dump it all the way down. Bohan stops it behind the net. Jocelyn up the near side. He passes cross ice. Boston coming down. He almost had a glove on that and tapped it to himself, but Apple Valley is able to bring that back to the neutral zone. Jocelyn behind the net now. Dom Palazzari is there. Rochester hard up and off the glass and into the stands. About 16:30 left. Just our clock here, just to give you an idea of where we're at. Face off in the Rochester zone. Shot that goes far and wide. Al Geyer on the far side. Brownlow out there with Al Geyer and Tim Payne, it looks like. Puck slides into the Apple Valley zone. They go cross ice. Tim Payne is there. That goes off his skate. Now with a burst of speed, Apple Valley coming up the middle. They gain the blue line coming down. Taken away by Rochester. I think that's Hodge there, number 26. Hodge and Hansen, I believe, on the defensive end here. Tim Payne coming down now, 1-on-3. Rochester gets a change. Rochester working it back to Vance Hansen. He's there. He goes far side. Rochester chips it up and all the way down. No icing. Apple Valley's swinging it around to the other side. Now up the middle. That goes off a Rochester stick. Apple Valley working it D to D now. Now back to the near side. Up the far side. That's off a skate. Rochester regrouping themselves. That's too far for Truella. Now to the far side. Drake Waters, he goes back to the D. Rochester to the middle. That's off a Rochester stick. Now chasing it into the Apple Valley zone. Valley long cross ice pass. That goes over a stick and all the way down for an icing. About midway through the first half here. Apple Valley wins that draw. Near side corner. Jocelyn trying to pick that off the boards. He does. Throws it back down low. Centering pass broken up by Apple Valley. Apple Valley up and off the boards. They go D to D. Now through the middle. Taken away by Rochester. Rochester goes D to D. Dom Palazzari back for it. He goes behind the net using that as a screen. Setting up the offense, waiting for his players to get in position. Long lead pass. Rochester can't quite get to it. Face off to the left of Bohan. Apple Valley wins that. They fire a shot, save. That went off a Rochester player, came right to an Apple Valley stick, and he one-times it. Bohan's able to recover quickly and get that out of the zone. Vance Hansen stepping up as Solak catches that pass to the near side. Rochester coming down, working on the near side boards. Apple Valley chipping up to the near side. Rochester pinching from that defensive position to hold that puck in. Apple Valley picks that up. They're coming down 1-on-3. Rebound. Solak picks it up as he falls down. Gets a stick in his skates. Rochester coming down quickly. There's a slash. Holy moly. Ethan Wiedrich applying the pressure in the near side corner. I think that was Hatcher Hodge stepping up and taking that slash. Out of the near side, Ethan Wiedrich chipping that. Tries to chip it to himself. That hits a Apple Valley player. Hodge is back. He goes far side. Now up the boards. Ethan Wiedrich off his skate. Boston taking a hook. Boston coming out of the corner. Centering Ethan Wiedrich with a shot. Saved by Apple Valley. That puck slides through Truella. Near side, Ethan Wiedrich. Gavin Wiedrich's there. He throws it all the way down. Now behind the Apple Valley net. Boston Collins applying the pressure. Calzari pinching. Keeps the puck in. Back to the point. D to D. Shot. Blocked. Ethan Wiedrich taking punches there in front of the net. And that puck goes all the way down for an icing. Hope you're enjoying the stream here today. We'll continue to tweak this as I'm setting up a new iPad for this, the purpose of streaming these games. So I'll make a few tweaks here over the weekend just to dial everything in and get it all set up as we head into the season. First game is next week. The Panthers getting out to the point. Palazari is able to hold that in. Shot from the high slot is Brownlow. That gets deflected off of an Apple Valley stick. Face off in the Apple Valley zone. Rochester's able to hold it. Apple Valley now chipping to the far side, coming down 2-on-2. Rochester's got back checkers. No offsides. That skips over a couple sticks to the near side. There's a, as the boys would call it, a reverse hit. Rochester trying to chip that out to the near side. That goes on net. Bohan is there to steer that to the far side. Algeyer's there. Pass to the near side. Tim Payne. Rochester getting across that red and dumping it down as they change. Drake Waters is there. He loses that to Apple Valley as they come down and they change. They fire a shot on net that Bohan's able to handle. Face off won by Apple Valley as they come around the near side. Now up to the point. They working out to the far side. Shot. That's blocked by Vance Hansen. Puck squirts out to the high slot. Drake Waters is able to get that out. Apple Valley now circling here in the neutral zone. Coming across the red now. Through the zone. They get a shot off. Vance Hansen's able to deflect it over the net. Rochester's able to chip that up and out. Rochester now circling through the neutral zone, getting to the far side with a burst of speed. That might be Gustavus. I don't quite I recognized him in the fall league. Don't quite recognize him here with everybody having new white helmets and pads. Rochester working to the near side. I think 35 is Gustavus. Turnover. Rochester coming down. Fires a shot. Apple Valley able to steer that into the corner. Now coming out of the circle. Comes out to the point. Rochester's able to hold the blue, but that goes off a body. And Apple Valley turns it around quickly. Out of the far side. Rebound. Skips over an Apple Valley stick as it comes out to the point. He can't handle it, so now there's a race for it here back in the Apple Valley zone. They chip it to the far side. Open it up the far boards. Rochester able to take that away. Truella throwing that into the far corners. Rochester goes on the race. Gavin Weidrich's there first, using a burst of speed. He circles around. Puck comes up to the point. Dom Palazzari throws that in, but now Apple Valley player's there with a stick on it. Apple Valley throws that all the way down, and we should have an icing whistle. Face-off won by Apple Valley. They come down. Jocelyn's there, and the puck squirts into the bench, so we have a whistle. About 6 minutes left here in the first half. Ethan Weidrich stepping in for this draw here to the right of Bohan. He wins that back into the Rochester corner. Rochester going D-to-D now up the near side wall to Gavin Weidrich. That's past him. Shot coming from the point that Bohan's able to get eyes on and get a glove. Rochester winning that draw back. Jocelyn gets that out of the zone as the stick goes flying. Rochester chipping that up and out. Sorry, not up and out, not yet. Still on the near side. Gavin Weidrich applying a check. He falls. Apple Valley working it out to the point. That's past everybody. Boston Collins racing for it now. 1-on-2. Trying to beat his guy. Apple Valley coming down now, getting around Hodge. Vance is there. Ethan Weidrich on the far side. He leaves that for, I think that's Algeier. He gets it up quickly. Oh! Off of a Rochester stick. Vance Hansen stepping up. He fires a shot that the Apple Valley goaltender steers with his blocker up into the netting. Brownlow wins that draw, but Apple Valley's there first. They come out of the zone through the neutral. And they were offsides. They fired a puck on net. Bohan grabbed that, but we'll have a face-off here outside the zone. Apple Valley fires it in the near side. Rochester is able to chip it out. Brownlow chasing. Brownlow's able to dump that in. The Apple Valley goaltender stops behind the net. Tim Payne on the forecheck. Apple Valley coming down with speed now. Now through the middle. Hodge is there. Centering pass. Bohan comes out to cut that down. Rebound, save. Another save. Bohan standing tall on between the pipes. Yetzer down there taking bodies as a stripes. Now Rochester finally comes out with it. Now they go to the middle. Bad pass. Turnover. Behind the net, Hansen. Near side, Hodge. Hodge working it up quickly. Centering pass that goes off a stick. Drake Waters is there. Far side, he takes that body, throws it down in the corner. Now to the near side. Shot, fire, tip, Drake Waters. Can't get to that rebound in time, and he works it behind the net. Cross ice pass. It's an Apple Valley stick as they chip it up the far side. Don Palazzari's there. He tries to keep that puck in, but it squirts out. On the far boards, Drake is able to get that down. Rochester on the chase. Can't recognize who number 11 is from the skating. Joey Graham is able to defend and working it to the near side. Dom can't hang on to that pass from Bohan. Puck squirts to the far side. Big body by Solak. Working to the near side. Palazzari chasing it. And Rochester gets that up and down for an icing. And there we have a whistle. Face off to the left of Bohan. Rochester wins that. Jocelyn's back. He spins. Now behind the net. He backhands it up the boards. Rochester working it up quickly. Solak picking that up, coming down the far side boards. Got a 2-on-1 developing. Cross-ice pass! Oh, he got it! He got it! Your Panthers! Nice cross-ice pass by Solak. I think that's Torgrimsen that got that goal. Nice little tic-tac-toe play as Rochester turns that odd man rush into a goal. Rochester able to get that puck in on net, and Apple Valley's goaltender swallows it up in his chest protector, and we have a whistle. There's merely seconds left in this first half. Rochester digging, trying to get to the middle. Good first half by your Panthers. Lots of good hockey here. Teams will go off. We'll get a fresh sheet of ice and come back for the second half. All right, teams are back here for the second half. 28 minutes on the clock. Rochester with a late goal here in the first period. And we're off. Solak, Torgrimson, and I'm not recognizing that other one. Apple Valley coming out. Rochester's able to take that puck away as Torgrimson tosses that all the way down. Centering pass by Burnsville. Apple Valley goes off a skate and down. No icing. Don Palazzari. Now to the near side. Puck does squirt out. Torgrimson's there. He tries to get that. Rochester stepping up in the red line. That puck bounces in the Apple Valley zone. Apple Valley working it out. That should be too many men. Come on, guys. Puck goes into the bench, so we'll have a whistle. Face-off will be outside the Apple Valley zone. Ethan Weidrich stepping in for this draw. He tries to go forward with it, kicks it up. Apple Valley chipping that out. Now in the high slot, Apple Valley coming down. Bohan with a big save. Boston Collins trying to get that puck off the draw out of the zone. Puck stays in the Rochester end. Hodge falling down. Puck comes to the near side. Now out of the Rochester zone. Apple Valley having to retreat. They go behind their net, reversing it to the far side. Ethan Weidrich is there. He applies the pressure. Apple Valley chips it out and down. No icing as Vance Hansen goes back for it. He reverses it to the near side. Now to the near side. Gavin Weidrich coming down with a burst of speed, trying to get around that defender. He goes behind the net. He drops it behind for Boston. Boston trying to center it. That pops up in the high slot. Rochester's able to keep that in. Now working it to the far side. Apple Valley picking it up. They stop, spin. Gavin Weidrich, that's off him. He battles in the near side corner. Boston Collins. He chips it now further down the boards as Gavin Weidrich's there. Boston trying to chip that to the middle of Ethan. Apple Valley up and off the boards. That gets by a defenseman coming down now 2-on-1. Apple Valley coming down. Shot. Bohan with a blocker save. Puck squirts to the corner here. Truella's there. Puck squirts out front. Boston Collins picks it up. He chips it to the near side. Gavin Weidrich can't get by that defenseman. Valley reversing it to the near side. Almost turned over to Allgaier. Apple Valley coming down now. Rochester quickly moving it up. They got a player here on the near side. Long cross-ice pass. Tim Payne coming down. He gets mugged. Absolutely mugged. No hands. Referees, no penalties, I guess. I don't know. Not sure how they don't call that. Rochester working it up quickly. Allgaier coming down. Shot to the leg. That's steered behind the net. Apple Valley coming up now the slot. Outlet pass to the near side boards. They get across the red, dumping it down. Rochester now going behind the net, D to D. Jocelyn spinning. He gets that to the near side. Now up. Drake Waters gets across the blue. Rochester having to regroup here as they were offsides. Apple Valley picks that puck up. Apple Valley chips that down low. Jocelyn there. He chips it behind the net. Up the near side to Drake. Sorry, up the far side to Drake. Now back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn to the far side to his defensive partner. Now up the boards to Drake. Drake to the near side. Tim Payne is there. He chips it up and out. Valley picks that up. Burst to speed. They come through the middle. Shot. Bohan grabs that in his chest protector. Gets a whistle with 21 minutes left here in the second half. Again, catch us on social media. Watch all the live game action here on YouTube. Watch all the player and team highlights on Facebook and Instagram. Apple Valley now trying to work that puck out. Rochester pinches, Hodge pinches, and keeps that puck in. Vance Hansen with a big check on the near side. Hodge chipping that to Vance back behind the net. Rochester's able to work it up and around that defenseman. Drake Waters racing for it. Apple Valley coming back now quickly, chipping that up the boards. Isaac Truella's there. Drake Waters is able to backhand that up and out of the zone. That goes down. Should be enough for an ice. Face off to the right of Bohan. Rochester wins that draw. They come around the near side of the net. Getting that up to Torgerson. Just outside the blue line now. Apple Valley turns it over. Coming down. Walking in the middle. Rochester's able to get a stick on that. Players flying all over. Turnover in the slot. Shot. Bohan with a leg save. Apple Valley working that up to the boards. Almost taken away by Torgerson. Almost went on a break by himself. The Valley spinning. Shipping that up the boards. Apple Valley steering that to the middle. Big slapper. That goes high and wide and all the way around. All the way down for Apple Valley to retrieve in their end. Coming around the net quick. Apple Valley with a burst of speed. Trying to go through legs. No shot on that play. Palazzari in the far corner. He gets it up the middle. Goes through a Rochester stick. Apple Valley chips that down low again. Jocelyn. Near side. Pass from Palazzari turned away. Jocelyn. Chopping a little wood there on the far side. Gavin Weidrich applying pressure. Palazzari now, he dances, hands it off to Jocelyn. Jocelyn chips it up. Apple Valley's defensemen are there. They go D to D, now to the near side. Now on on the far side. They cross the blue, fire a shot. Bohan grabs with the glove.
Hodge is there on that face-off. He gets it to the near side. Rochester working it up quickly. Can't grab that puck at center ice. Apple Valley turning it around quickly. Vance Hansen chips to the near side boards. That's off a hand. Gavin Weidrich just throws it out of the zone. Ethan Weidrich is there. Dancing through the middle. That's off of Boston's stick. Rochester regrouping their own zone. Vance Hansen up the middle. Ethan Weidrich skates. Boston goes back for it. He goes near side. That's off Ethan Weidrich's stick. And Apple Valley dumps it down as they get a change. Vance Hansen back for it. He goes to Hodge. Hodge up the middle to Ethan Weidrich. Trying to get that to Gavin on the near side. That's too far for him, or that's off an Apple Valley player. Puck comes to the boards on the near side. Joey Graham able to turn that back in the Apple Valley zone as Apple Valley comes around quick. They shove that into the throw that into the Rochester zone. We have a whistle. Face off, won by Rochester. Apple Valley gets a stick on it though. Bohan is there. Puck goes to the far side. Brownlow up the near boards. Tim Payne is there. Brownlow can't hang on to that pass. He dumps it into the Apple Valley zone. Not far enough, and Apple Valley is able to get a quick pass up the middle. Turnover. Tim Payne to the far side. Brownlow. Gotta shoot that puck. Have to shoot that puck. Puck pops around the other side. Brownlow is there. Tim Payne now battling behind the net. Brownlow picks it up. He gets bodied. Valley reversing that to the far side. Puck does come out. Rochester retreating. Now to the near side. Don Palazzari picks it up. He comes across the red. Sorry, that's Truella. Truella centering that. That's off an Apple Valley stick. Apple Valley turning around the near side boards. Apple Valley dumping that down now behind the Rochester net. Truella here on the near side. Palazzari battling for it. Now up the near side boards. Rochester just trying to get that out. Tim Payne is there. Apple Valley walking through the slot. Shot, that's wide. Pass through the slot. Truella just bangs it off the boards and throws it all the way down. That should go down for an icing. Face-off won by Rochester. Drake Waters coming out of the zone now. He goes near side off a stick. Centering pass off the Apple Valley goaltender's leg. Comes out to the point. Rochester's able to hold that in. Drake Waters throws it all the way down. Now to the near side. That's off a skate. Lent chipping that up and off the glass. Waters chips it off the boards to himself. He gets bodied at the blue line. Apple Valley coming down now. Gaining entry into the Rochester zone. Spins, stops, tries to center it.
Now coming to the middle. Shot hits a body. Apple Valley with a big shot that Bohan's able to handle. Centering pass, Bohan's able to hop all over. And we have a whistle with 13 minutes left in the second half. Apple Valley switching their goaltenders here midway through the second. Face off to the left of Bohan. Rochester wins that draw. Hodge picks it up. He goes up quickly to the middle. Solak loses that off his stick. Applies the pressure on the far side corner. Apple Valley to the near side. Now coming up the boards. They chip that to the near side. Torgrimson applying the body. Puck goes around the far side for Hodge. Hodge up the boards to Drake. Nope. Oh, we do have an icing. Oh, that wasn't Drake. So again, the coaches are changing up lines here, trying to find the best combination. Looks like they've got Solak, Torgrimson, and Gustaves. Apple Valley wins that draw. They rim that around to the near side. Torgrimson's there. Puck comes up the boards to the point. Turnover. Solak on a race, coming down. Backhand, tries to get it in. Torgrimson with a rebound, can't put that past the goaltender's pad. Turnover here. Rochester moving it up quickly. Apple Valley on the far side, they whiff on that exit pass. Now up the boards, that goes all the way down for an icing. Panthers with a great opportunity there as Solak goes down and Torgrimson can't put away the rebound. Ethan Wiedrich on that draw. Apple Valley around the near side, hard rim. Jocelyn can't keep it in. Ethan Wiedrich now back to the point. Turnover. Alizari losing that puck. Apple Valley at the near side boards. Now behind the net. Jocelyn dancing. Collins on the far boards. He tries to get it to the middle. Jocelyn now. He stops, spins. Puck comes behind the net. Don Alizari's there. He picks it up. Tip. That goes far side. Boston Collins trying to chip that high and out. Face off. Apple Valley wins that back, but it's past the defenseman. They have to regroup in the neutral zone. Now on the far side. Apple Valley on the race. They get there first. Centering pass or a shot that went wide to the near side. Vance Hansen's there. He goes up the boards. That doesn't hit a Rochester stick. It's a player. Far corner. Brownlow is there with Allgaier. Shot tipped wide. Hodge is there. He backhands it around the far side. Brownlow trying to chip it up. He's not able to get it out quite yet. Battle on the far side boards. Hodge picking it up. He dances behind the net. He reverses now to Hansen. Hansen up the middle. Oh, Brownlow just gets absolutely destroyed. He got what we call decleated. Another body. Tim Payne taking it, but he does draw a penalty here. A few times that the refs have thrown the, oh, call two. There's a trip too. Call them both. So Rochester will go on the power play. In this scrimmage format, they're just sending players off. Continued 5-on-5 play, so that's what they're doing here. Apple Valley throws that all the way around. Truella chasing it down, and it goes all the way down for an ice. Face off, Truella gets that. He dumps it down for Drake Waters. Lent dancing. He tries to come to the middle. No goal. Apple Valley coming down now. 2-on-3. Shot. Bohan's able to handle that. Truella throws that in the near side corner. Now behind the net. Centering pass. Loose. Rochester blocks that. Puck comes up to the point. Shot. And Bohan's able to get his eyes squarely on that puck and freezes that for a whistle. Face off in the Rochester zone. That goes all the way back behind the net. Truella's there. Truella and Graham back on the point. Solak. Torgrimson out there. Apple Valley now retreating behind their net. Solak chasing. And that goes all the way down for another icing with 6 minutes left in the second half. Face off to the left of the Apple Valley goaltender. Solak in there. Apple Valley picks that up. They come out of the zone now in a race. Coming down. Shot. Bohan with a save. Rebound. Bohan's there. Rebound. That pops up over the net. Jocelyn throws that around the boards. Apple Valley now is going D to D, trying to block it. Bohan with a leg save. Working that up to the far side. Gustaves coming down. He gets bodied. Apple Valley working that puck out of the zone. Hodge to the far side. He works it up to Gustaves. Apple Valley going D to D now. Up the near side boards. They come into the zone. Fire a shot that goes to the side of the net, and Bohan gets a stick on that, puts it up into the glass. Turnover in the slot. Shot blocked. And Rochester throws it all the way down. Brings that around to the far side. Boston Collins can't get it out. Thatcher gets, Gavin Weaver here on the near side. He's able to chip that in. Now behind the net, Ethan Weidrich trying to battle for that puck. The Valley's able to chip that out. Hodge steps up, throws it back into the Apple Valley zone. Boston Collins on the race. Hodge is able to hold that in. Shot, tip, rebound, goal! Gavin Weidrich with a tip. Gavin Weidrich with his first varsity goal. On a shot by Hodge from the point. Tipped by Gavin Weidrich, going 5-hole. Three minutes left here in the second half. Apple Valley back in their zone. They go D to D, lose track of the puck. Brownlow's there. Now Tim Payne trying to hit Brownlow, trying to work that down low. Tim Payne now. Battle in the near side corner. Apple Valley chipping it up. They come out of the zone now. 3-on-2. Centering pass, shot. Oh, player can't get a shot off. Loose puck. Oh, great block by Tim Payne. Laying his body down. His bow hand was flying all over the place. Brownlow there. Tim Payne coming out. Foul guy there. Brownlow can't get it. Apple Valley coming back now down the slot. Joey Graham takes that away. He goes up and off the boards. Now a race for it. Foul guy chasing behind the net. Don Palazzari picks it up behind the Rochester net as Apple Valley changes. Palazzari loses it. He goes up the boards. Now a nice little triangle pass. Jocelyn up. Race for the puck is Lent. Lent behind the net now. Hitting the point. Dom. Shot. Glove. Can't get the rebound. Loose puck. Apple Valley coming down now near side boards with 2 minutes left. Jocelyn applying the body. Shot from the slot goes just wide. Jocelyn now trying to skate it out. He goes behind the net. Lent goes up the boards to Drake. Drake able to chip that out with that big, massive, long 8-foot stick he uses. Apple Valley coming down now. They gain the zone. They center pass right in the slot. Shot. Save. Bohan. Not giving them a rebound. Dom. Not letting that Apple Valley player touch his goaltender. Solak in the middle of it. A minute left here in the second half. Referees forcing fresh guys get the tempers off the ice. Ethan Wiedrich stepping in for this draw. I don't know why he would go forward with that in the offensive or defensive zone. I'll have to smack him upside the head here after the game. Rochester throws it down as Apple Valley has pulled their goaltender for an extra attacker. 14 seconds left. After the interview, we're going to have parent interviews. We're going to interview Vance Hansen's stepmom. I love it. Great game by your Rochester JM Century Panthers here. Coming out with a 3-1 scrimmage victory. So we'll be back on the air. I believe we're on the ice tomorrow morning. Let me just double check. I think we play at 9 a.m. All right, so we have the Varsity playing Dodge County at 9 a.m. JV's at 9:30, and then we'll play Forest Lake at 2 o'clock and 2:30. And then we'll play Mankato West at 3:15, 3:45. So come on down to Graham 4, watch all the action live, or catch us here on the stream. Again, follow us on social media. YouTube for all the live game day action. Instagram and Facebook for old people. If you want to see player pictures, highlights, game summaries. And thanks for having us. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.